Okay. We are back with Jay.
Hello.
Welcome back, Jay. So we got another Game Gear game, right?
Yep. This is Axe Battler: Legend of Golden Axe. It's a weird spin-off from the Golden Axe franchise.
Was that a
it-
arcade?
yes,
Yeah.
arcade, Sega Genesis. I don't know if it got ports to SNES.
Hmm.
I don't think so, but could be wrong.
I fully remember the arcade. Cool, dude. Well, this is exciting. This is a platformer or RPG?
It both. It's a Zelda 2 knockoff.
Oh.
There's a game called Golden Axe Warrior on the Sega Master System that's a Zelda 1 knockoff.
Hmm.
This borrows a lot more from Zelda 2. So you have an overworld map, you have random encounters, but the random encounters are fighting game style, and the
Right.
dungeons are side scrollers.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm excited. I've got everything ready when you're ready, and we'll just go on go.
All right, then 3, 2, 1, go.
Go on go.
All right, then 3, 2, 1, go. Go on go. All right. So, the evil army, led by Death Adder, has stolen the Golden Axe, and only one man can save us, Axe Battler. For anyone who thinks that name is completely ridiculous, that was already his name in the Golden Axe series, so there you go. Now, of course, Axe Battler uses a sword, because why wouldn't he? That makes sense. I don't know what to say about that. And, because it's a fantasy brawler, everyone's wearing weird bondage gear kind of get-ups. Just not gonna worry about that too much. Just head on into this cave. Keep music down just a tad. There we go. Oof. That's fine. The nice thing is, with my health in this, I have a fair bit of leeway for taking hits in most of the areas. So as long as I don't go nuts or do anything that instantly kills me in some of the later areas, I'm fine. So, for whatever reason, past all those monsters, there was a bomb. What am I going to do with the bomb? I'm going to go to the first town of the game, because why would the first town be accessible? We need a bomb to get there first. I guess there is another town we can reach, but there's no reason to go there first. It makes a lot more sense to go there second, so I don't know. It's a weird game. So we want at least a few magic bases. I can take a hit on these fights to get out of them instantly, but then of course I take damage and get nothing for it. So ideally, I get enough stuff to heal it in, and then I start intentionally losing the fights, and we are getting a lot of fights. Random encounter rate in this game has a massive impact on how long a run takes, and unfortunately it's very random. So we're not going to bother to fight that skeleton. I only do a half block of damage each hit. Skeletons take forever to fight. So we're just going to eat a sword to the face. There's probably a skeleton here too. Another sword to the face. Well, it's a good thing we got that bomb. I'm going to throw it backwards at the mountain and head on into town here. My first ability. Yeah, the graphics on this, I really like them. They're kind of funky, but I think they're pretty smooth. So we just got our first power. It is high jump. We can now jump really high. Unfortunately, this doesn't let us do any extra damage, so enemies still take forever to fight. But that's okay. Because the next place we're going to do something about that. Thanks, Skeleton. Skeletons are great because they jump right at you, so the fights go real quick when you want them to. When you don't want to do that, obviously they take a while. So this is a habit I formed as a kid, so apologies in advance to everyone, but I tend to jump after every fight. So get ready to see me doing that over and over and over again. I just can't help it. It's a thing. So we're doing pretty good. We're going to learn another ability here. Probably should have lost one of those fights on purpose, but that's okay. It probably won't be an issue right now, but later on we'll potentially run into more of those Neo-Amazonians, and the hitboxes on them can be really weird. Same for Amazonians in general, or Amazons, sorry. So we learned upper swing. If I crouch and swing my sword, it does a arcing attack that has two really wonderful benefits. It does a full block of damage rather than a half block, and it has a slightly larger attack. So, it's an RPG, and in the tradition of all speedrun RPGs, we're not going to bother to talk to anyone. If we did, we would find out that we needed a crystal from the folks in that town, but whatever. The crystal, we already know where it's at. This is Axe Battler, the legendary hero. He knows what's going on. I forgot to mention this earlier, and this area is not like crazy interesting, so now is probably a cool time to talk about it. But the very first town, the one that we had to bomb a mountain to get to, oh, that's a problem. Haven't seen that happen before. That all worked out. Cool. The very first town that we saw, which has a mountain that has to be bombed, and a river to cross, is the town of Firewood. It's worth noting that the castle that we start in is Firewood Castle. So, for whatever reason, the associated town is not next to the castle, but way, way out there. Okay. So we're going to stop into town to heal real quick. It's possible to take a bath and show back up directly in this town, but it's not really worth it given how things are going so far. We've got the bases. We only got one random encounter, and we had 3 health, so. Alright, so now that we have the crystal, we're going to throw it into the ocean, because who even cares? And in exchange, we get a giant turtle back from us. There's a lot of weird stuff in this game. I just try not to think about it too hard. It doesn't make sense, and that's okay. Alright, got through that nice and smooth. And we are now in a new town, which means new powers. So every town in this game has a training hall, a password hall, and a inn. Ideally, we will only see password halls when we die on purpose, and we'll see the training hall in every town. The catch with 100% versus the normal any percent, which is what people actually run, is you have to get every ability and the magic stone. And I'll talk a little more about the magic stone later when I get it, but the abilities are, except for the last one, all very useful. We just got the jump power, which lets us do a more powerful swing when jumping. It's a pretty good time, but I don't jump that often, so it's just gonna kind of hang out, except for some very occasional uses. I could save time by taking some hits here and not fighting through these battles, but I'm gonna need bases for healing after this next area, and I'm gonna need bases for the next dungeon after the next town, which seems pretty far away, but might as well start saving now. Wow, a lot of random encounters here. This is actually... We're having some real bad random encounter luck on this run. That's okay, though. Yep, there we go. I guess for better or worse, we're getting skeletons and Amazons, which can be killed pretty quickly. We'll be seeing another enemy before too long, I'm sure, that takes a bit longer to take out. Oh, maybe we won't need to heal in the next town. That went real smooth. So the game doesn't tell you you can jump on top of the pyramid, but it's the only way to actually get through the pyramid, which, man, as a kid I'd say is pretty cruel. But so here's the guy we were talking about. There we go. Bad Bras. Bad Bras are jerks to fight. You have to jump at the beginning to evade their initial attack. Yeah, the pyramid music's great. Sadly, we don't hear it for too long. I don't need to go to the end, for once. Lots of aces get. I always want to go through training old man. I don't know why you even ask. So here we're going to get, from a combat, like damage standpoint, the most important ability in the game, the Super Swing. Super Swing gives us a really nice attack, fires off a lot faster than Upper Swing, has slightly better range than Upper Swing. Same damage, but that's fine. But this is going to be, as you will see right here and now, our bread and butter attack for a very significant portion of this run. Too many random encounters. Yeah, the weird hitbox issues with the Neo-Amazonians become a non-issue once we get Super Swing. We also stop encountering them after this next cave, so it is what it is. Alright. This cave can be pretty rough. There's quite a few spots where it's very easy to take damage. There's quite a few spots where it's easy to just mess up and get yourself stuck taking hits over and over again. Oh, alright, whatever. We'll eat that hit. Yeah, that's right. I am faster than arrows and can knock them out of the air. Those arrows admittedly seem unbelievably slow, but whatever, don't think about it too hard. Alright, so that little hedgehog critter up there, there's probably a better way to fight him than this. Oh, jeez. But this is what I know, so we're going with it. Oh, jeez, that spider was far over. I don't think I've ever seen him that far. Not a big deal, just can't get rocked too many times on the way to town. I almost had that guy body check me in the face. A lot of encounters here, not really what you want to see. At least we're getting barbarians, so they go quick. Now we've got magic bases for days. Sadly, we're going to take an intentional that's coming up pretty soon, so it's going to kind of all be for naught, but this guy has a compass. If I talk to folks in town, I get the heads that he got rocked in the forest. And there's a forest that, if I try to go through it without that compass, I just wind up at the same spot over and over. So that sounds terrible. Knights are great because they never bother to come into range on their own, which I'm a big fan of. So now we have Tackle. Tackle doesn't see a lot of use here, but there are some enemies later on and a couple spots where it's essentially required. So might as well get it on our first trip to town. Now we're going to take a big detour through a real scary forest. It's one of the first places I'm actually likely to die on accident, because, fun fact, I'm not actually that good at video games. But we got to go through this real scary forest to get ourselves some fruit. Why do we need fruit, and why is it only obtainable in this forest? I don't know that we know why we need the fruit yet. I can't remember if someone in town tells us. Why is it only through this forest? Because it's an RPG, sort of. Alright, scary forest time. Alright, we're off to a real bad start. So these jerks, unlike their previous incarnation, do 2 damage per hit. So we do not want to get hit by them at all. Actually, we do want to get hit here a little bit. Now I might have too much health to easily do the death warp. Okay, good. We're in a fight. Hit me. Thank you, sir. Ooh. That's wrong. We wanted to search in that location. That's okay though. Alright. Got ourselves some fruit. Now, anytime we're really loving an encounter, thanks. And we're just going to eat one right to the face. That sends us back to town. Saves us a little bit of a walk. Honestly, not much at this point, but I'll take what I can. So now we are on our way to the final town. Things start getting scary. There are enemies in the final area that can kill me in one hit. I've got to get through, for the first time ever, 2 dungeons to get to the next section of the world map. I guess 2 levels. I'm not sure what to call them. And then we got to make our way up to town. So there's a fun little thing we can abuse right there. There's some weird detection in this game. Doesn't come up super often, but... And here we are. Just gonna wait for that. Looking good, looking good. Now, that little eagle picks us up, puts us on the back of a giant eagle. Because why not? Alright, we are well back to the final town. So you automatically go back to the password houses when you die. In the Japanese version, fun fact, you only go to the password house in the final town if you go into the password house in the final town. So if you make it to the final town, leave without doing that, and die, you get destroyed. Real bad day. Okay, this guy can one-hit kill us if he hits us with his weapon or with his magic. I think if we run into his body, we survive, but I have, just in case I accidentally press the wrong button or do something real crazy, some safeties for this run. I'm running on emulator. I haven't had my Game Gear modded yet, so I've got some safety save states, I've got some safety passwords, I've got some options. But ideally, we won't be dealing with any of that. That's weird. So when I said that he instantly kills you, I apparently meant only in world map battles. Apparently that's not the case in the training dojo. Whoa. Kinda cool, dude. Okay, so we just got a cool new power that looks really rad. And you know what? How much health do I have? I'm gonna use it. But not right now, because he's using it. I don't know why I killed him. I should have taken the hit, because I want to warp after getting this item. So the item over here is a magic stone. Okay, well now I can't take a hit. I really want that magic stone, because it means that Death Adder here's weapons no longer insta-kill me. Worth noting, in the Japanese version, there's a J at the end of his name. He is apparently Death Adder Jr. So I guess Death Adder has just been having tons of kids, sending them out to do his evil. So that's what the attack looks like. I don't know how to use it effectively. We're gonna go heal up. It's kind of a bummer, because it is a long walk through town to get to the inn, but we need full health for the final two areas. So this one, instead of two back-to-back areas followed by world map, we've got an area, some world map, and another area before we finally clear things out. So we are on our final run towards the end of the game. Yay! But everything's real scary, so less yay. Everyone's gonna do their darndest to destroy me. They have all sorts of crazy attacks, and the areas I have to navigate through both have some real easy to die spots. Thanks, Elevated. So tackle is slow, but generally winds up being the best way to deal with the Death Juniors. And I'm so used to playing this game where they kill me instantly, because I'm doing any percent instead of 100%, and I skip the magic stone. That, and I want all my health for safety. It's a marathon. I don't want to make this any harder than it needs to be. We're getting a real rough run here. Just encounter after encounter. Just everybody wants to come play. Especially this trick. Bro, if you could not do that, it's very nerve-wracking when you just swing right at my butt. Alright, there's some real easy places to just get completely destroyed in here, so I'm probably going to be quiet once I get a little further in. Some fallen snow that will drop me off the bottom of the level. Oh look, a little bit glitched there. That's always fun. So now, I'm supposed to use my downward stab to kill these snakes. I am not interested in doing that. It is so easy to mess up. It's so easy to push to the left or right and throw myself to my death. We're just gonna do some magic instead. Been stocking up those magic bases. Sure, I drop them every time I get slashed down, but gonna make him put in some work for us here other than just paying at the end. Alright, so here's a brutal spot. I need to time this just right. Good. Alright, scary part 1 down. Now on to the final castle. Oh, we haven't seen one of these guys yet. They are much, much meaner than their non-Neo versions. They will track you down and slash you right in the face given half a chance. I don't like them. They're mean. Neo skeletons are great. They're actually easier to fight than regular skeletons because they just try to come right down on you, you back up, whack them in the face. Alright, here we go. Final castle. Everywhere's dangerous and everything's bad. Sorry, but it's gonna be real quiet for this point. Though, if anyone knows why these platforms have eyes, I would love to know what's up with that. Alright, real tough point right here. Alright, that is the scariest part in the entire run. Of course, very, very close to the end. So, we're now past it, now I can gab again. These spikes would be a lot more scary if they were on the corners of platforms. I don't know if you noticed the shenanigans I've been up to. Oop, that was wrong. There's a mirror there that will try to send me back to the very beginning of this whole place. And here comes my favorite skip. I discovered this myself. This is probably the only skip I will ever discover in a game. Boop. Just jump through the floor. Who cares about floors? We're Axe Battler. We're gonna hang out on this corner for a sec where there's no spikes. Same thing right here. And that is time. That is a PB for me on 100% by 1. Oh.
Dude. Dude, Jay. GG's, man. That was a PB, you said?
I think by 1 second, but hey,
Oh my
a
God,
1 second PB is a 1 second PB.
1 second PB is a 1 second PB, dude. Oh, man. That's exciting. I remember us talking a while back about how challenging this run was, and you had put a lot of work in it at that point to get it. You have world record, right?
Not on speedrun.com. I don't have verified world record.
But you have like super close to it.
I have real close to it, and I have runs floating around on the internet that are world record.
Right.
I have a lot of fond memories of this game as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really like playing it, even though I do find it super stressful.
Yeah.
So it's one that, like, I don't care about the world record. I just want to keep playing it over and over.
Oh, totally. Yeah, world record might end up being pretty too stressful.
Yeah, it's
trying to
just
achieve
surviving that final
Yeah.
hassle. That's enough for me, man.
It could suck. It could suck the fun out of it. Okay, dude. Well, that was awesome. I appreciate it. We will do another small break to get you all set up for Sky Gunner, as we're gonna have to change the overlay, and I believe the ratio might be slightly different, or the scale. So
Yeah, Sky Gunner should be 4-3, and so this weird 10-9 nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Jay. Everybody, Jay question mark. Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Did you have anything else?